Foley's big adventure, one man, one prostate, too many catheters. I've had an enlarged prostate for so long it should be paying rent. Eventually, my primary care provider sent me to urology, where my doctor and I chose the TURP procedure. Basically, a rotor-rooter for the world's most sensitive plumbing. Surgery was on Friday, December 12th. They didn't remove the prostate, they just loosened its death grip on my urethra. I woke up with a Foley catheter and a parade of nurses who poked, prodded, and ignored my continuous glucose monitor like it was decorative jewelry. I asked for a Sprite. The nursing assistant filled the cup so full I took a Sprite bath. Sticky is not a good hospital aesthetic. A doctor checked the catheter with a little too much enthusiasm. I went from 0 pain to 6 in 1 second. He apologized. I told him, "That's okay. Just don't do it again." I was discharged with no catheter and with instructions to drink water. I obeyed. I drank water like it was my new full-time job. 4 days home and a blood clot blocked the works, and the pain hit a perfect 10, resulting in an ambulance ride to the emergency room. Another Foley catheter for a week. Night 5 at home, I woke up feeling damp. Never a good sign when you have a catheter bag. My Foley bag had sprung a leak. I called around, got the usual, "We can see you in 2027 vibe, so my wife taped a quart-sized Ziploc over the bag and hoped for the best. Our son and his wife drove us to the VA emergency room, where there was no waiting. The nurse admired our DIY engineering. "Veterans always come up with interesting solutions," she said. She gave me a new bag and enough tubing to shower, without dragging the bag in with me, a 5-star luxury. Another removal day, and I arrived early, full of hope and bladder pressure. After the usual check-in questions, "Do you feel safe at home? Have you fallen recently?" The med tech said, "We need to get undressed." "We?" I asked. Her face turned red. "No, sir. You." That was a highlight of my day. The removal? Ow. Why, egg. But it was out. I was told to drink water and pee often or risk another catheter. A surprise. No one mentioned I'd pee blood for a week. The first time I nearly panicked. My youngest daughter, a nurse practitioner, assured me it was normal. After that, I found myself looking forward to peeing just to check the color. A third trip to the ER, a strange new hobby. Things got clogged up again. The pain crept from 0 to 6 like a slow-moving horror movie. In the ER, they inserted another catheter, and the relief was instant. The doctor diagnosed hematuria and swelling of the urethra. Another week with a Foley. This insertion was nothing like the others. The nurse took me from 0 to 12 on the pain scale in a nanosecond. I think I briefly saw God. Removal day 3, and again I showed up early, not anxious, just determined. After the same questions, the nurse practitioner told me to disrobe and offered to leave the room. "You don't have to," I said. "You're going to see everything in a minute anyway." She laughed. Fair point. The removal was easier. Then she immediately inserted another catheter. "Say what?" "We need to fill your bladder until you feel the I gotta pee feeling, like when you're hunting for a rest stop." She added liquid. "Now?" "Nope." 3 more rounds. Finally, I said, "I'm ready for a tree right before the rest stop." She removed the catheter, handed me a container, and said, "Let her rip." I did. She measured it. 300 milliliters in, 300 milliliters out. A perfect score. I came back later in the afternoon for a bladder scan, and everything looked good, and they sent me home with one final assignment: learn to pee again. Not exactly the holiday tradition I had in mind. Hopefully, this is the end of my catheter saga and the beginning of a much quieter new year.